Hi, everybody. Welcome to Alaska Raceway Parks Track Talk. I'm your host, Michelle. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. It is, again, a little bit blustery and cold and intermittent sprinkles outside, but it is Alaska and it's the end of July. So that is par for the course for this time of year. So a few things to go over with you guys today. First of all, the Rhythm and Racing concert on Friday was fantastic. If you missed it, you missed an incredible performance by Hope Cassidy, and Kaylee Hammock did such a fantastic job. She has this wide range of music that she was playing. She did, let's see, Aussie. I think she did Aussie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so she, and there was some of her new songs. She did her very newest song, latest song that she released on Friday, which is gosh, now that I want to call it Wife, but that's not the name of it. But Must Be Nice, which came out on Friday. That was first played live here on stage here at Alaska Raceway Park. So we're excited about that. There were she just has an incredible range of music and genres and kind of touched on everything. So it was a fantastic night. Want to thank everybody who came out and joined us on Friday. It was probably the only place in the whole valley that had sunshine on Friday evening, but it was fantastic. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to our presenting sponsors, Chevrolet of Wasilla, Coors Light, and JW Builders, who stepped up and helped us out with that. And then we had some supporting sponsors that were there that did a fantastic job. Rev Alaska, Lulu's Tents and Events, and Gold Buckle, Alaska's Gold Buckle Tours, who let us go in the side-by-sides down to the glacier on Thursday, and it was so much fun. So definitely want to check that out if you haven't done that before. Concert was amazing. Be sure to put it on your schedule for next year. We will be doing another big country concert out here in the Oval Track, and it's just going to keep getting better. So thank you to everybody who helped out with that. Next thing on my list, of course, we have races coming up this weekend. This weekend, Friday, we have a drag and drift night. And so we'll be doing test and tune here at the drag strip. And then the Oval Track is going to be taken over by the drifters. In the event that we have that R word show up, we still will be drifting. So get your spectator admission tickets. You want to come out and check that out. It is a ton of fun. Those guys are doing great. So Friday night will be a rain or shine event. We will be doing something out here, so you want to come out and join us for that. On Saturday, we're going to follow that up with the Cash Days event, which is the race that we do at the top end of the racetrack. We have a special carload rate for that. So for $50, you can bring a Suburban full of people out to watch the Cash Days race. If you're interested in participating in that, you're not already on the list, you do need to contact the event organizers, which is Tim Wilson and Alan Garrett, to get on the list for that. And they are going to be doing some grudge matches, but those also do need to be pre-approved. This isn't an open test and tune night for that top end race, just because there are some less traction, I guess, is going to be up there. So we want to make sure that we have seasoned drivers who are coming up and doing the racing up at the top end. So that's going to be on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we have the rescheduled Thunder Valley Flag Drags, which will feature live music from Monster in the Mountain. And that's going to be all day on Sunday. It should be an amazing time. So look forward to seeing everybody out for that. Two other things that I want to mention that are kind of following on the tails of the concert. The first one is want to just remind everybody to respect the asphalt out here. There have been a couple of things, and this wasn't just from the concert. It's been kind of hitting for a little bit, but if you are out here and you want to do a standing burnout, which is like foot on the brakes, you're going to burn out your tires. You want to just roll the smoke off of it, totally fine. There is one place on this property that you can do that, and that is in the water box. Water boxes concrete is made for doing that. It's not going to get tore up by your tires. Now, what happens if you do a burnout like that on the asphalt, like for instance, on the surface of the circle track, is that your tires will actually burn a little hole in the asphalt, and it will damage that surface. And then eventually I will have to patch it or replace that portion of it. And so if, you know, at the end of the race day, when the guys are out there and they're spinning their brodies and they're doing burnout or doing their spinning burnouts, they're not holding their foot on the brake and doing a standing burnout, but standing burnouts on asphalt burn holes in the track, and that ruins the track surface and causes your lady track boss to get a little bit on the irritated side. So if I catch you guys doing that, I might be sending you a bill for replacing asphalt chunks, or at least giving you a little fine. So you've been warned. Tell all your friends. You want to do a standing burnout, by all means, I am down for that. Please do it in the water box. Or if you guys really want to do a lot of that stuff, let's start a fund and get a big, huge concrete pad somewhere, and then we can have a big burnout box, and that would be a lot of fun too. The second thing that I wanted to touch base on today is TIXR credits. So unfortunately, it is that time of the year when things are a little damp. Mother Nature is not always conducive to racing. Sometimes races get canceled and it may not be pouring here. It might not even be raining a whole lot anymore here, but it might be raining everywhere else around the racetrack. We might have high winds that are causing, you know, may cause us to cancel an event. And two things I get. First, before I get into the TIXR credits, I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the race cancellations, and just to remind everybody, you know, I know that we can send cars down the track if it's a little bit windy. I know we can send cars down, you know, around the circle track if we have a little bits of spits and whatever. The part about the racetrack is that is important to remember is that this is a business, and I am here to stay in business so that I can continue to provide a service for you guys by having a facility for you to come race at. And it would be for business for me if I did a race solely so we did the race, and not so that we covered our expenses or made a little bit of a profit on it. And so, for instance, on Sunday, it was raining. The rain stopped, but it was super windy. It was pouring in Chugach. It was pouring in Anchorage. It was pouring in Wasilla. It was pouring in Palmer. We made the decision to cancel the event. It was windy out here. It was super windy. And the part that I want people to keep in mind is if you were a spectator and you had to sit in the stands for 4 or 5 hours to watch a race, would you be interested in doing that, or would you rather stay home? And if you're not interested in sitting in the stands in a 30-mile-an-hour wind to watch cars go down the track, chances are good the regular fan base is not going to be interested in that either. And so our job is to make sure that people know to come out when we are having good weather and we are having good races. But if it's questionable, I'm probably going to make the decision not to open the doors. That might not be popular with all of you, but at the end of the day, it is my business and I have to do what I need to do in order to make that happen. So enough of that. I'm off the soapbox, but that was today's episode of Your Playground in My Racetrack, or my business. So TIXR credits, because some people have been purchasing stuff ahead of time online, which is fantastic. It makes it way easier when you come out to the gate. In the event that we have a rain out, once the rain out is called, I go into TIXR and I can issue credits to everybody. And so those credits will go onto your TIXR account. And there's a really cool, let me see if I can get this to work here. Share. Share screen. All right, that's fine. Dun, 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 dun. Window. Nope. All right, never mind. I'm not going to do it. So, anyhow, if you go to raceak.com, go to the website. There is a cool article I just put out this week about rain checks and how that works with TIXR credits. So in the event that you pre-purchase your tickets, you can go to your TIXR account, which is either on your phone if you have the app downloaded, or you can log in and do it. And I will issue a credit. You'll get a little notification from TIXR that lets you know that the credit was issued, and that's on your account. And so you can use that credit for any purchases in the next year. So if you want to save it for next year's concert, you can do that. If you want to apply it to next week's race admission, you can do that as well. You can apply it towards banquet tickets. Anything that we have ticketed through TIXR, you can use that credit for. It's very simple, easy process. It just goes on your account. You go to checkout, you hit the little credit button, and it applies that to it. If your credit is not as much as what you're purchasing, then you can split the difference and pay the difference with your credit card. Or you can, if you have more, then you just keep saving your credits and applying it towards other things. The other cool thing about pre-purchasing stuff online is that generally speaking, it is $1 or $2 cheaper to get your stuff online and have it done ahead of time. So that's a bonus. But it is there. TIXR credits are a really cool thing and very easy to use. But if you pre-purchase stuff, it will be available that way. If something happens and we end up canceling after the event has started and you have paid at the gate, then your wristband will be your rain check for future events, just like we've been doing in past years. So that's what I got for today. I don't see any questions in the chat. I just see a whole bunch of comments from Mr. Ferris and West Foraker. So I am, and April Zook looks like she's going to bring an A stock down, must be coming down from Fairbanks to race for the big double header that we're going to have at the end of the month. So July 31st and August 1st will be a double header at the circle track, and it's going to be super amazing. So that's what I got for today. I hope to see everybody here this weekend. Friday is going to be a blast. If I am not working in a tower, I might go see if I can get a little bit of a ride along in one of those drift cars, because that sounds amazing. And then Saturday, of course, cash days at the top end. You're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be a blast. And then Sunday, Thunder Valley Flag Drags with live music and lots of sunshine and hot rods. So what could be better than that? Nothing. So I hope you guys are all having a fantastic afternoon. I look forward to seeing you this weekend at one of our events. And if not, I'll see you right here next week on Alaska Raceway Parks Track Talk.